Welcome to today's video. In this episode, we are diving into the complex world of Islamic Jihad movement, groups that are often labeled as terrorist organizations from a Western perspective. If you are interested in understanding their history, ideologies, and key characteristics, you have come to the right place. Stay tuned as we unpack this challenging and important topic. For those who want a deeper dive, be sure to check out my book, Ask Your Muslim Friend, where I cover this subject in detail in section 1.6.11. Many groups and movements have come and gone in the history of Islam. That's why I will select and describe only some of the more significant groups. The following brief descriptions provide general information about Islamic Jihad movements, and I will share with you the main goals of these groups in order of their year of origin. First, this group, Salafism, which means forerunners, appears to be one of the oldest jihadist movements within Islam. It started during the 18th century and originated in Egypt and Saudi Arabia. Its founders were Ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn Abd al-Wahhab Najdi. I would like to mention its main aims. First, to destroy all democratic system and establish instead an Islamic state in their place. Next, this is to be achieved through peaceful dialogue and political engagement, but also through violence if necessary. It has to be spread by the Wahhabi ideology through the use of social media and the internet. Having mentioned all these goals, we must clarify terminology and understanding with our Muslim friends. You can ask a Muslim, how is democracy understood? Also, what forms of violence are allowed to be implemented? Next, what are the Wahhabi ideologies? Let us talk about the Islamic group, the Muslim Brotherhood, and its significance. The Muslim Brotherhood was founded in Egypt in 1928. Its founders and leaders were Hassan al-Banna and Said Qutb. The main goals of this group are, its main principle is, Allah is our God, the Prophet Muhammad is our leader, the Quran is our law, Jihad is our way. To die on the way of Allah is our greatest hope. The means are through the implementation of social welfare programs and Sharia law. Islam is the solution. This is what they proclaim. Violence and terror against the occupiers, mainly the USA and Israel, are legitimate. Please seek answers to the following important questions about the Muslim Brotherhood. First, if Islam is the only solution, what happens with the people of other religions? Secondly, what is your view on using violence and terror? Another Islamic terrorist group is the Al-Qaeda, with its meaning the base. Its leaders were Osama bin Laden and Ayman al-Zawahiri. It started in 1988 and originated mainly in Saudi Arabia, Pakistan and Afghanistan. The main goals are to establish a political Islam, to extinguish Western influence, to destroy Israel, and to establish a new caliphate. We may ask again the following questions. Why does this group want to eradicate Western influence in Muslim society? Also, we can ask the question, why do they want to destroy Israel? And we can also ask the question, what does this new caliphate look like? The next Islamic terrorist group is the Taliban, which means seeker students. The founder was Muhammad Omar, and the group began in Afghanistan in 1996. The main goals are as follows: to seize power and to destroy any democratic process, to fight against civilization, especially against the ethnic group of Shia Hazara in Afghanistan. Also to impose strict Sharia law, including no education or medicine for women. The question we can ask concerning the Taliban group are, this group has no vision to have more peace in the world. Would you agree with this statement and give a reason? Secondly, this group can be described as totally against women. Is this supported in the Quran? Next, the Islamic terrorist group Boko Haram, meaning Western education is sin, was founded in northern Nigeria by Muhammad Yusuf. This group has the following goals: to purify Islam first in northern Nigeria and then beyond, to destroy all schools, especially those for girls, to encourage people to submit to Islam through acts of terrorism. The existence of this Islamic terror group raises the following questions. First, do you support the goal of this terrorist group to destroy all schools for girls? Would you join such a religious Islamic group like the Boko Haram, which compels you to use terror to achieve its goals? Let us now look to IS, which means Islamic State, which was founded and led by Abu Musab al-Zarqawi and Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. It started in 2003 in Iraq and Syria. The goals of this group are as follows: to establish a worldwide caliphate, to implement strict Sharia law, including public floggings, beheadings, etc., to destroy all non-Islamic religious and cultural sites, to kill all people who do not believe in the IS Islamic ideology, especially the Yazidis and the Christians who do not submit to Islam. Regarding the IS, we can ask the following questions. Do you agree with the harsh punishment of the IS, such as public flogging and beheadings? How do you feel about the planned killing of all people who do not accept the IS Islamic ideology? It means not only killing people of other religion, but also killing people of other Islamic groups who do not believe in the same IS ideology. Also, we can ask the question, what kind of global caliphate is the IS planning to establish? Next, the Islamic terrorist group Al-Shabaab, meaning the youth, was founded and led by Mukhtar Ali Zubair and Ahmad Umar. It began in Somalia in 2006. The main goals are to implement their interpretation of the Sharia law, to conquer Somalia and then the whole world for Islam, to kill all Christians and people of other faiths, to establish a new caliphate. Concerning the Al-Shabaab group, we can again ask the following questions. What is the Al-Shabaab interpretation of the Sharia law? Next, what is their view of a new caliphate? And also we can ask, what do you think about the plan of the Al-Shabaab groups to kill all non-Muslims in the world? How can Christians and Muslims discuss these sensitive topics about the role and goals of these mentioned Islamic terrorist groups? It is my experience that many Muslims have only a vague knowledge about this Muslim terrorist groups, as I have just mentioned. However, I would encourage Christians to discuss these issues, but in the beginning rather ask questions and listen to the answers and views of your Muslim friends. I understand that it is good to make Muslims to think about these issues. It is not wise to argue. Perhaps later in the dialogue, Christians can explain their views and show what the Bible says concerning these points by using the appropriate biblical references. Namely, show respect and love to others, that violence is never an answer, and to kill other people is against God's commandment. Explain the biblical concept of peace and explain the biblical message of hope, that all who accept the way of God will be saved. I like to emphasize that one should keep in mind that the aim is not to win an argument with a Muslim friend, but to have a positive and helpful conversation. If you enjoyed this breakdown of these 7 Islamic terrorist groups, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We have more content like this coming your way. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. If you have any questions or want to explore this topic further, please leave them in the comments, and I will be happy to respond. You can also find more detailed information in my book, available for free download on our website. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and God bless.